The Red Bull era of dominance is over. Since his battle with Mercedes in 2021, Red Bull has dominated Formula 1. And when they unveiled their new car for the 2024 campaign, we all felt a sinking feeling that they had done it once again. But Red Bull's complete control of Formula 1 has slipped to the point where Max Verstappen hasn't won a race since Spain. That's 4 races in a row. And after bringing upgrades to their car for the Hungarian Grand Prix, which made some improvements to the issues that they were facing, but didn't catapult them back to the front, the question is, what has gone wrong for Red Bull in 2024? And can they turn it around? Well, to answer that question, let's just recap what's happened so far in this 2024 season. After cruising to both titles in 2023, winning all but one of the races, tension started to build with reports of misconduct by Christian Horner at the beginning of the season. Now, I won't go into detail as to this whole saga because I have covered it in this video, but this simmered away in the background of the pre-season test and the first few races. Then there were rumours that Max Verstappen might leave the team, and Dr. Helmut Marko came under investigation as well, all to do with the alleged misconduct issue. Then everybody was cleared of their misconduct after an investigation, but cracks had started to appear in the team. Then, after cruising to victory in the first 2 races of the season, Max retired on the opening laps of the Australian Grand Prix with a mechanical brake failure. At this point, we could see that the other teams were closer to Red Bull this season as their car advantage wasn't as big as other seasons. Then the news broke that Adrian Newey would be leaving the team and wouldn't be working on the RB20 or the RB21, only finishing his road car project, the RB17, in the background until the end of the season. This is a massive blow to Red Bull, as Adrian Newey is the king of Formula 1 car design, and to lose him to one of the other competitor teams is a worst-case scenario for Red Bull management, especially with the rumours that Max Verstappen might leave for potentially Mercedes. It was around the Miami Grand Prix that Sergio Perez began his traditional slump in performance, causing the team to come under even more unwanted pressure in their aim to win a 3rd Constructors' Championship. And at this point in the season, McLaren were clearly upgrading their car to the point where they were going toe-to-toe with the Red Bulls nearly every weekend. A crash in Austria, qualifying struggles at Silverstone, and being completely beaten on merit in the Hungarian Grand Prix are just a few more of the things that happened to Red Bull during this season. It leaves the team in the lead of both championships, but their hold on them is slipping with each passing race weekend. Red Bull have tried to turn the tide, but have struggled to get their upgrade packages to work, with their biggest upgrade package coming in the Hungarian Grand Prix, improving the car to a degree, but also bringing new limitations that Max Verstappen had to drive around. Why are the upgrades not improving the car compared with other teams who are bringing upgrades and getting them to work? All of this comes down to Red Bull's car concept weaknesses that Max Verstappen has stated have been there from the start, but are being more and more exposed as the other teams around them get their acts together. Now Red Bull have to push their cars much harder, and the ceiling of their car design is being shown. McLaren has seemed to find a design that may have a higher potential ceiling, and definitely gives them a more drivable car across all the different circuit types we have on the calendar. Red Bull's weaknesses were not as obvious when they had such a large advantage over the rest of the field. But now the other teams are giving them a run for their money, Red Bull is having to try to overcome the problems they have overlooked when their car was so dominant. And the other teams who have been struggling to catch up with Red Bull have spent more time working on these issues, which means they may be further ahead than Red Bull. And Red Bull have to work a lot harder to figure out what the chasing pack have already got their heads around. Now, Red Bull is a very good and efficient working team, and I'm sure they'll be able to solve these issues in their car design. But will it be soon enough to save their Constructors' titles hopes this season? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.